Welcome back to Championship Sunday.
Hello and welcome.
Reba hits a deadly low reverse, defended by Wu, who's going to swing with her right hand.
Wow.
A soft touch from Plett. That's a double. Oh my gosh, that may be the best rally we've seen.
This is just sportsmanship.
Can't look at him, I'm going to cry.
You know, sensei to student relationship.
Nice up from Rahul, and Hinkle sets him, and it's a good pull. Everton with the set. We've an area lefty on two!
Hitting the ball and such. Rims, pockets, aces, and more. Let's see what these two teams got in store.
Let's go. Welcome, guys, to the premiere finals. The finals. We made it to the end of the day, finally.
Thank goodness.
We have double clutch versus assistive touch, and that rhymes. You should put that in the rap. I don't know if you did.
I'll write that down. I'll write that down.
I'm Matthew Burrows alongside Logan Cornelius.
I don't get to say my name this time?
You don't get to say your name this time.
Fine,
sorry.
fine.
Logan, tell me about the storyline of the day. How did these teams get here?
All right, we'll start out with double clutch. We are in Dallas, Texas.
We are?
We are,
okay.
More or less, and that is the home turf of double clutch. So coming into this, they had to defend their turf, and they needed to defend their name after a disappointing finish in Richmond a couple weeks ago. So they had a lot on their plate this time. They started off the day with the #1 overall seed, and then, you know, a round of 16 matchup against you. Tough loss.
Yeah,
but hey, look how far they made it. And then in the quarterfinals, they had a first tight game with the Florida Phenoms Bazinga, and then took them out. Game 1, 33-31, and then Game 2, 21-17. Able to finish that in 2. And then in the semifinals, they had a close home matchup against Y-Spike Bullies. That's Colton Mowry and Luke Mowry, two people that Rahul and Fred play a lot. So another team that knows their game really well. That was a 3-game series with Game 3 ending in finals on a Rahul Murthy reverse cut to finish it. A classic finish. And then we have Assistive Touch, their first game of the season. They started off the day.
First tournament of the season.
First tournament of the season. Yeah, they didn't just get a bye straight into the finals. That's for sure. Assistive Touch dropped a game in pool play that they didn't expect. Ended up with the 6th seed, and they played an early game against In System, and then they beat Prophecy, which is Andrew Christmas and Caleb Cummings. They had an upset, but they took them in 2. Finally had a 3-game series against serving team Switch Hit. They find themselves in the finals. This is the 3rd match within, 8 months between these two teams. 1-1, the last match being semifinals of Nationals. And now we'll see who breaks that tie and gets the win here today.
Yeah, both of these teams definitely want to be the ones to say, yeah, I'm better than this team. We beat them more than they beat us. As of right now, they're tied, but both teams wanting to take the W. One shorter team, one taller team. Double clutch in the white Spikeball jerseys, shirts, and Assistive Touch in the bluish, tannish jerseys. So nicely designed by VII.
And we're rolling. That classic Fred signature move there. Clearly a fault, but he walks with an ace. That's just the kind of confidence that Fred brings when he plays.
And this one's going to be in play. Rahul Murthy tries to get it back onto the net, but that's going to be a no-hit zone infraction. Buddy Hammon calling it, doing his dance moves.
Great play a few years ago, but not today.
Not anymore. Hammon going to be the serve here. Assistive Touch starting off with the hold. And it looks like
I don't know what is happening right now.
Maybe a wrong score call, something.
Just catching up.
There is a new rule where the serve receiver has to confirm that they're ready before the server starts. Some teams opt to not play with that, which means they're not playing by the rules. So it might throw some of the people off who aren't playing with it because some other teams might force them to play with it. And that might be what's happening now. He might be saying, you have to wait for Rahul to say he's ready before you can serve it.
Man, Fred playing by the book, and he's enforcing that hard on Buddy Hammon.
Fred will definitely force you to play by the book. It's the rules. I mean, you can't really blame him for it, but
wow,
he's gonna pay for it there.
And Buddy says, "I'll show you who rules. It's me."
So is this in the rules?
And start off early passive income. Invest that, and they'll have some Good turnover.
Definitely starting with a nice hold and then a break. Going to put them up 2-0 early, already in striking distance to close out the game if everything just holds from here. So a nice little comfortable start. Murthy might not know that Hammon even had a cut serve, and that's going to be another break.
Man, and Hammond did not like that rule talk, and he's taking it out with those aces.
He's angry now. He's swinging.
He wanted a replay on his ace, but we didn't give it to him.
That one wasn't good enough. Swinging for another cut serve there. A little more wild. Doesn't like it. Scrunches up his face in disgust.
See how we can answer back after that. The drop.
Murthy's there. A nice set from Fredric, and he's going to blast that thing away in normal double clutch fashion.
I was talking about Buddy's boom ball, but also Rahul has a really signature boom ball as well. He's just like a little spring. He just like loads up and just hits it down, and I love it.
Ooh, wow, a nice reverse cut, but Hammond's able to handle it well. Blast it away. Hinkle gets a nice up. A good set back to the net. He's going to try to dive over the wind, just carrying it over the net.
Tough.
Not able to run it down, hopping back up.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good set from Murthy, and Hinkle just could not get around it enough to get in the net. He was able to direct it a little bit. It didn't go straight down, but didn't have much direction on to go on the net.
Yeah, and that was a great first touch by Hinkle there as well. It ran down, but it kind of died behind him, and he actually, you can't see it off screen, but he kind of gets the touch behind, like turns around real fast and touches it up. So considering he's probably off balance and a little bit dizzy, that's a pretty great first touch.
I was really impressed by that. It reminds me a little bit of the 2016 Nationals touch by Skylar Bowles.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We got a touch here, and he's going to scoop it up and get the drop. A good set from Murthy, and he's going to be able to put it away with the backhand again. The signature no left hand sort of move. No lefties on two here, only backhands.
None of that. Get out of here.
And he's going to look to swing hard as he usually does. And it's going to fly off the hand of Marshall, but a good set back to the net. And nobody's in defensive positioning, but he's not going to be able to put it on the net anyways.
Pretty good set for where that first touch was, but Marshall
especially into the wind.
Yeah, exactly. And Marshall just couldn't get around it again, similar to that Fred miss earlier.
So Hinkle taking the first break for double clutch here. He's going to be looking to swing again. He's been the better player of the team so far today. Hammond going to up this one nicely and push it into the body of Murthy and gives a lot of time, Hinkle does, but Marshall's there to scoop it up. It's just popped up too high and just he's had too much time to go get it.
Double clutch was doing a really great job of funneling there, so the assistive touch was hitting smart and able to make the play and get touches like that.
I really thought Hammond was going to hit on two again.
I did too. He baited Murthy into that.
He really
heavily.
did. I think Murthy probably should have just dropped the backhand or tapped the backhand there because popping it up just gave a lot of time for Marshall to just go reach it.
Yes.
Hammond looking to get some more swings for himself.
And he's a bit on he's on a serving momentum right now ever since halfway through game 3 against Switch Hit.
He's going to tap it on this time, forcing a play. It's off net. Ooh, a touch for Marshall, but goes down off the elbow.
Yeah, nothing you can do there. Nothing you can do there. They handled that well and just did what they needed to. Try to get some momentum.
Yeah.
See if Murthy can really capitalize on that reverse cut he hit to end the semis.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got some good grip on the ball, if he's got his motion fresh in his head, he can definitely make some magic happen from 7. But Clark Marshall's got a pretty wide wingspan as well, so it'll be a little bit easier for him to reach both the cut and reverse. But
not the drop.
Apparently.
Yeah, we didn't take that one into account.
His wingspan doesn't count if he's on the ground.
And he had great spin on that as well. You saw how far that shot off of Marshall's hand when he made contact with it.
Nice little reverse there, but too slow. Hammond's going to reach it. Hinkle running it down nicely, tapped over the net, pushed with the right hand.
Good run through by Fredric Hinkle on that hit.
You see him slap it and just kind of land and spring away like a little gazelle.
That was smooth and not Murthy's best reverse cut. It's not a good reverse cut when I could return it, but it was enough to throw assistive touch off and for Hinkle to get the touch and then put it away.
And that's honestly the most underrated part of double clutch. If you go back and watch that one more time, you see Murthy put a lot of net pressure right where Hammond wants to hit, and Hinkle knows that he can just run straight to where the open spot is because he knows Murthy's doing a great job of net pressuring and pushing the shot right to Hinkle. That's the magic of double clutch that nobody really notices.
Yes, they're fantastic in net pressure and really funneling the ball to where it needs to go and knowing where they need to be when their player is putting on that net pressure.
Almost gets a break there, but not going to make it happen.
That was a Clark Marshall-esque touch that Hinkle had, and without the extra foot.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's like they're
touch.
I don't know what they're discussing. It looks like they're good to go.
Marshall's on that side where he has the reach and he has the wind. Needs to take advantage of it over the shorter Murthy.
Can see if Murthy can try to get some more fault calls with his height compared to Marshall's.
Marshall squats down low in order to get that serve. Hinkle
Great
keeps it nice,
set.
great recovery set, but it's a little bit too slow. Hammond's able to scoop it up.
Wow.
And can't quite reach it.
Man.
Yikes, the set uncharacteristically short from Marshall.
Yeah,
great recovery set there from
really
Hinkle.
was. And you even saw Murthy load up, but he just couldn't finish with that load up.
Maybe he's a little bit tired. Been playing all day out here.
It's true.
It's getting pretty late. The arm's been swinging all day.
I mean, they haven't played this far into a tournament this season as far as the STS series goes. So
yeah, the first one got canceled. The second one got ended. You tell me which one's which. A nice serve receive here from Hammon. He's going to, miss the ball, but it's going to fall off the net. Hinkle's hoping for a redo, thinking that maybe Murthy didn't have a play on the ball because Hammond's falling into him.
We're going to see what the observers say. I'll be interested to see what their call was. I think
Murthy was falling to the left. I don't think he was going to be able to push back right to make a play on the ball. But at the same time, if somebody's falling into you, you're going to do your best to get out of their way.
Right. And so it looks like they're not acknowledging that redo. Right, and so, assistive touch will take the serve. Buddy Hammond with it. I don't know what Hinkle's doing.
I think it's the confirmation rule. That's my only guess.
That checks out.
Especially when we play pickup, Fredric really likes to make you wait that extra 2 seconds. Ooh,
wow.
Nice little diving push.
He got a little bit lucky there. That was a little bit of a miss hit, but it worked out for him.
It looked like he almost reversed it onto the net. We'll have a nice angle here on the replay.
That did not hit the part of his hand that he was hoping it would hit.
Yeah, just finds that nice little avenue down the side of the net, and that's gonna work out well for him. But yeah, you'll see Fredric Hinkle when he's confirming the score, he will duck down, get really low, and then confirm the score. So if he's not ducked down, then he probably hasn't confirmed yet. Oh, a nice reverse out of Murthy.
Really nice reverse.
They're gonna try to keep it alive, but not there. Murthy doing a great job trying to get into defensive position, but slipped a little bit. But I like the hustle.
Yeah, that was a great reverse cut, and he had a little bit of wind there to help him as well to get another break. And now Double Clutch finds himself up 9-7. With Rahul, maybe starting to feel it a little bit. Not on that drop, but if he can get hot, that will be huge for them.
A good swing there, but finds the rim instead. I didn't really like the drop there. I think he should just keep firing, especially with the wind.
For sure. I like a drop when you've already put a few hard serves on to mix it up, but especially like Rahul's still trying to find it today. He needs to get a little bit more of a run first.
Especially in game one where it's like, I don't need 1 point. I need to get hot for the rest of the series.
Correct.
Marshall needs to take the break back here.
It's another confirmation rule?
I don't know. It looks like even one of the observers might be getting frustrated here, but we're going to fight through it. Squats down, then says yep, and then we're going to go. Oh, not a great touch, but we're going to be recovered back to the right hand. Hammond loses his hat.
Great position. It looks like he did get a touch on that ball, but then just couldn't locate it after that initial defensive touch.
A little bit tough when you get hit in the face with a ball. A little bit harder to track.
Almost got the hat flip onto the head with the foot, though. There's a real highlight.
Yeah, we could have really clipped that, but he didn't get it, so don't even look at it.
Yeah, it does. Please don't.
Hinkle now still up that 2 breaks. Going to be swinging hard, just applying the pressure. Jams Marshall just a little bit. Ooh, almost a nice touch there from Murthy, and almost again a nice touch from Hinkle, but just splits the middle down to both of them. Down the middle solves the riddle. That's what my tennis coach always told me.
Wow. And Hinkle is he's really eyeing in on where they're hitting the ball. Maybe not always getting the touches on it, but he's eyeing in. And that was a great serve return from Marshall because Hinkle put that on really hard.
Hammond tossing the ball with spin, maybe trying to help himself out. It says, if he doesn't have the best hand movement, best finesse, maybe he can just add spin with the toss, which is not a bad strategy, especially being downwind on that right hand. Going to get pushed this time, Murthy. Going to blast it up. Marshall with a nice touch. He's going to soft touch it back, which is a good move. He's got the butter. but not quite enough.
And he's like 4 inches off from that getting on the net. That was such a great lineup, good following the ball after a great defensive possession there, but just 4 inches away from getting that on the net. That's tough.
And it's a great move for Marshall to get the touch and kind of notice, like, hey, we're both here. Let me take the set because it's more of my strong suit and you're the better hitter. So let me take this touch. I'll try to butter you up best I can. A great up from Murthy. The back pedal from Hinkle, but he's not going to be able to slap it hard enough. When you're back pedaling like that, you got to give double the effort in order to swing forward.
Yep, and it looks like the wind was definitely in play there. A great ramp up by Murthy, and Fredric Hinkle puts it, but the wind is just like, no thanks. That's not happening.
Tries to give his usual non-wind finesse, but it's just not going to happen here. You got to slap that thing.
He got wind finessed.
You're gonna need some mustard on that side. Marshall finds rim.
Load up for another one to Hinkle. Looks like they're confirming.
Playing by the rules. Hinkle going to scoop that up nicely and just wrap it back behind him.
And you really do see assistive touch. They are consistently going for that drop, very easy, light serve on the second one because they trust their defense. And that's just a signature part of their game.
Yeah, they definitely want to make their opponents play as much as possible, as they do thrive on just making those touches happen, converting them. But double clutch doing good so far to put that ball away. The drop, Marshall there to scoop it up. Hat falls off, but he doesn't care. He's going to blast over Hinkle. Ooh, maybe a little bit closer to Hinkle than he thought.
Yeah.
Turns around, lands right behind him. Maybe he could have swung his arm and got something, but
yeah, it wasn't
the ball
too
was
far
going
over his
really
head.
fast till it got to his head, and then it died. So
it's hard to react on that. He was still running backwards as well.
definitely
So
would have been a wild touch if he got it.
it does feel like the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It died down somewhat during the premier semis, but we'll see how much that has an effect. These players are handling it really well so far.
Hammon stepping right again. Gonna tap it on.
Wow!
Is that clean?
Oh,
No
okay.
chance. You got to think that's definitely
it was rim. That
no
one looked
chance.
insane.
Would have been a really great drop, but ball gonna go back over to Murthy, and he's gonna be trying to swing for it. A reverse would be great here because the ball would die a little bit more with the headwind. Doesn't find it, and of course the boom ball comes out. The body, like even the body there, is not gonna do much because he can just hit straight upward. You're going to have to pull out the roof.
Well, Murthy's just not getting much mustard on any of these reverse cuts. He got it on one, but otherwise they've been pretty soft, and that's not the reverse cut he has anymore. He has really solid reverse cuts.
Yeah, usually they're a little bit lower than what he's been hitting so far. So maybe the wind's maybe moving his tosses, and he's not getting the contact that he wants.
I'm interested to see if he's able to find it. It looks like he's really searching. He's going for that reverse cut a lot, and he's not hitting it. So
it's definitely his go-to, for sure.
So we'll see if he's able to find what he needs. Other than that, he has that one reverse cut ace. He's not finding anything really as successful as he'd like.
Wait, see why Fredric walked off a little early.
I don't think Fredric understands ball overhead is not an ace.
Well, I think he just feels the ball in his hand. Ball feels good in his hand. Ball go left. I surely got the point.
Yeah. I think you've nailed the thought process there.
The machine just ball good hand. Ball go left.
It's all ones and zeros.
Yeah.
A miscalculation. There was a 1, but it was actually a 0.
Buddy Hammon looking for the backhand now. Off the shoulder of
I don't know what they're calling.
Murthy. He said side is the call. Buddy Hammon points to the rim and says it was front pocket.
Redo from the observer. At least one of the observers, and I think, that's the final call. Looks like a redo.
Very close. It's tough to tell. It can be very close to that 1/3, and it's the backhand. They don't see a lot of them, so hard to compare to other serves that have been done. And that one is going to be clean. It's up in the air, far away. The wind is gusting very hard right now. Hammon coming back to the net, jumps over the net. Hinkle's able to scoop it up, slowed down from Murthy,
and he puts
he's
it
going to
away!
jump over the net and push it with the right hand.
Into Hammon!
And that is the double clutch momentum
what
they're
a
looking
play!
for. Wow. With the gust of wind, able to control that ball back to the net. Buddy Hammon giving a big leap here, but Hinkle able to run it down and push it right through. Unfortunately, having to run into Hammon, but I think the damage is minimal.
And what a great hit from Murthy to be able to put that on with the set in the wind.
On the net, but is really short, but Hinkle is back in time.
To be fair, I meant the set before it.
Oh, yeah, the set before it. Good set before it.
The set before it.
Anyways, that's going to be a lot of momentum for double clutch now.
A ton of momentum.
And that's really great for them because, like, you get broken there, the game's tied up. You're heading into the end of the game. It's still game one. You're starting to feel like it's more of a battle. It's going on and on. It's draining. But now with that, it's like, okay, we got the momentum. We're still holding well. A soft touch here from Murthy, and he's going to try to come ripping. He can't do it. Hinkle coming in just a little bit too hot.
Used all his magic on that last rally. And I think there's a little bit of Murthy. We talked about this earlier in the women's finals with Katie Pearson. When she makes a good play, it kind of builds on. There's a little bit of that with Murthy as well. When he makes a good play, he starts feeling it. I would not be surprised if that rally builds on him. But that was an incredible ace
that
by
ball
Clark
did
Marshall.
not come higher than a foot.
No way.
That thing died. He steps out right and just squats really low, which, I mean, it's probably the best strategy you can have against double clutch. In order to get your serve lower, just start lower. Why not?
Exactly.
So he squats down, lunges to the side really low, hits it into that headwind, and it's just going to die.
Man, and this is just a fun matchup between these two teams. And I mean, 3 games is a rivalry at this point. Like, this is the 3rd time they've played, and so I hope we see a lot more of these two teams playing because this is a lot of fun.
Marshall looks for reverse there, but barely finds the rim. Double clutch will keep holding. Hold that mini break. Hold on to the lead for a little bit longer. They're going to need to get one more break here in order to be within striking distance to close out the game. Hinkle swinging hard.
Wake me up when Rahul serving again. I want to see how he answers after that play and then getting aced. I think that it's built up inside of it. Something's going to happen. Or maybe a triple. Maybe I'm talking about Fredric Hinkle.
Holy cow.
Wow.
And this is the thing about Fredric Hinkle is he will slap cut serves at you all day, and you will start receiving them. But he has so much heat that as soon as he starts hitting reverse cuts, that's when he gets scary.
Yep. And every single thing he hits is hard.
Yeah.
It all comes off hard, no matter what he's hitting.
Everything is fast, so you have a split second to determine whether or not there's going to be a reverse. And you see him take those big steps out to the right because he's trying to get everything he has around that ball.
Fredric Hinkle is 100 miles an hour or rim. Like, that's just how it works. That's the rule.
Pretty much. Or both.
Or both, yeah. You see,
Fredric probably says first instead of second. Reverse cuts here again. Hammon has learned. Rahul tries to get it.
Great
Trips
body.
a little bit.
Again, we're seeing that net pressure you talked about.
Yeah, I mean, he does a good job trying to get the body there. Just rolls up off of him a little bit too much.
Yep.
And double clutch got that break back that they needed, so now all they need to do is hold. Hammon was taking breaks on him earlier, so we'll see if he can get a cut serve here with the wind on his right hand. Gonna swing for it. It jams him weirdly. Recovery set's nice. On the left hand of Murthy, and that one looks nice and smooth.
That was clean.
That was good.
That looked like just an easy set to him, but it wasn't necessarily an easy hit, and he smoothly put that away.
It looks like he got tired of making hitting errors last year.
Yeah, you think? That sounds fun.
The ball's on my left hand. Maybe I should practice that.
That was smooth.
Yeah, especially for windy days like this when you need to be able to adjust to either side, or even just non-windy days when it's tough to make a receive. And he's going to go for a cut serve there.
It was high.
Not sure if it was high.
We'll see.
There's a high call.
Looks like there's some discussion. They're talking about taking it to the observers. And then Murthy
Fredric
and
thinks
Hinkle.
high.
Okay.
There's going to
So they're going to be second serve.
It's tough to tell because Buddy Hammon's diving for that for that serve, but he starts pretty low to begin with. A nice reverse cut from Murthy, and it's going to be a far away. Hinkle.
He went for it that time. He went for it that time.
Needs to get a couple more inches on the vertical before he can get that one.
Great jump. Yeah, either jump higher or grow more. Those are the two options. So
one of them is not really an option.
I don't know.
Maybe a solution, but not an option.
All right. We'll see. I've heard some things.
Unless you know something I don't.
I know a guy.
Marshall looking for one of the last few opportunities to claw back into this game, get them down only the mini break to force them into extras.
Man.
And that is the downfall of Fredric right there. If you get him moving left and right, he's going to flip his hips, and as soon as he flips his hips, you drop him.
He was going to bed, and Clark just tucked him in.
Yeah, pretty much. You see right there, his left foot comes in front of his right foot, and his butt is to the net, and you get dropped there. There's no chance he has to backpedal and dive backwards to the net, so he's not getting there.
Wow.
And
wow.
I might vomit.
That was
a great reverse out of Marshall. Rahul Murthy thinks it was side pocket, calls it. Observers say clean, And now all of a sudden, double clutch down the mini break. All the pressure's on.
Jeez.
Don't want to go into extras. It's already been a long day. The light is dying out. Marshall going to look to continue. Side pocket call.
On that.
And it's a clean serve. Now they're also calling high.
They're calling high? Oh, there's a discussion by the observers. Looks like it's – oh, no, it looked like quick, but it looks like they have something to discuss. So not a side pocket, but could possibly be high, and it's clean.
And it's clean. So that's going to be another ace for Marshall, and that's going to put them in position to try to close the game here at 0.18. Sorry. One more good serve from Marshall could end game one.
Double clutch was taking control to it there at the end, and all of a sudden there's just been an explosion of breaks by assistive touch.
Yeah, Marshall just went to town, clutched up here at the end, showing double clutch, a triple clutch here with the 3 breaks, catching that back up, and now they have Buddy Hammon serve receiving. Fredric Hinkle is going to serve as hard as he can
down 2 breaks, though, so, I mean, that's 1 break. They'll need at least a single clutch here.
It's going to be a good swing, going to find the barely rim. I thought Hammon might just go for it, might just try to play it.
That's
going to be a great serve. He gets it up off the peck.
Rim.
And he won't be able to get it, and that's going to be 1 clutch.
Clutch.
That's going to be 1.
Can he get another?
That's a single clutch. Will they get the double clutch? They're going to – Murthy's walking away right now. Does someone call a timeout? Oh, he's getting the ball.
He's just picking up after himself. He's a good guy.
Let me take a second, get the ball, relax a little bit. We're going into extras now.
Life hack. That's a secret timeout there. You go and pick up the ball.
Yeah, just get the
ball.
Cost you, Yeah, so that is going to be a great clutch from Fredric Hinkle, and he's going to swing again. It's going to go high. Assistive touch wants to play it here. It's going to be a drop.
Great decision.
Murthy not able to get around the net.
Great decision by Clark Marshall there. He saw the defense, saw that he could just drop it right inside the no-hit zone, and because of the defense that they had set that play, they weren't able to get there.
The single clutch coming out to put them into extras, but now they still got work to do.
Still got to play clean, though.
Yeah,
still got to play clean.
Still got to hold. Still got to do the hard part. And now no chance to break.
I want some Rahul clutch. I've seen Rahul make some amazing clutch plays that I want it.
We need some Rahul reverse magic. And he's going to drop it instead. Hammon's there scooping it up. It's going to get blasted away. Hinkle not able to run it down. Doesn't want to dive into the bleachers, but didn't really make it there anyways. Good job by Hammon to wrap it past Hinkle. Forced Hinkle to kind of try to turn around while he's sprinting, but to throw him off balance and slow him down quite a lot.
That was a good drop to start it off, but again, Hammon and Marshall are just so athletic that they're able to set themselves up really well.
Clark could probably just fall over and get the drops. He's so tall.
He could just like bend over and get it, not even move.
He could just stick a foot out. So yeah, I would really like to see the reverses come out. Try to force those awkward touches a little bit more.
Oh, Hammon's he's feeding the call to Marshall.
Hit him with a drop.
Ace
Make
here.
him flip his hips and drop him again.
An ace here. Credit goes to Hammon.
A nice reverse. Hinkle receives it well, and he's going to wrap that past Hammon.
And Hammon thought he saw something, but
he just kind of takes the bid. It's a 50-50.
Hinkle was able to read that and easily put it away.
He says, if he pushes this for some reason,
I'm here.
I will get it.
I'm here.
He's like, but I mean, I'll force him to wrap, which maybe not the best thing to force considering he likes that. Another drop again.
Great read. It up. Oh, man.
Just a little bit too tough. And he notices exactly what happened last time. You dropped me. So this time I'm going to look like I'm running out far, and then I'm going to cut in.
Fantastic defensive adjustment. Unfortunately, the ball just wasn't where Murthy could get to it. But
he also just came in really hot, so there was just no chance he could get a nice soft touch.
There's a lot of ground to cover.
Murthy will have to hold one more time. Hammon was taking some aces earlier this game. Should be nice, easy put away here. A touch from Marshall. Hammon bats it down on accident. No chance for them to get it back onto the net. One more chance for some Murthy magic.
Let's see it. I'm wanting it. I'm going to keep wanting it. Good receive, good put away. Murthy's hitting strong right now. Can he convert that to some serve pressure and cause a break, whether defensively or with an ace?
One of the best parts about Rahul is that he hits reverses all the time, and then he cuts you, and he gets the ace. That's exactly what I was going to say. He reverses over and over, and you're like, oh, reverse. And then you start moving left a little more, and then he goes, oh, don't forget I have a cut serve.
It's death by 999 reverse cuts and one cut.
And one cut. Yeah, he always pulls out the one cut, and it's always so much faster than his reverses as well, because reverse have a lot of backspin. So he just rips those out in times of need, and He definitely needs it right here. Gonna need to swing again. Goes for a little bit of a fake
yeah,
drop
a little
move.
cheeky, try to get cute there.
Yeah, goes for a little something, tries to throw him off. But
Can he-
I think he's just got to do a good old-fashioned swing on this
I
one.
think so too.
Oh, that's
we'll
a good
see,
swing.
we'll
It's
see.
close. Gonna go to observers. Observers have clean. And that's gonna be game
That's
one,
game
going
one.
over to double clutch.
Wow. I mean, again, a double clutch to win for double clutch.
Double clutch to win for double clutch.
And again,
Couldn't-
I
couldn't
told
write
you.
it better if we wanted
I
to.
know. I told you I wanted that Murthy magic. I was yearning for it.
He had it. I think Marshall just needs to start down a little bit lower because he kind of just seems like he's standing up in the air all the time. Well, not up in the air. I mean, everyone's in the air, I guess. But it looks like he's just standing straight up all the time.
He's not set.
Yeah, most players are down low, like really, really low down here.
Right,
But he's kind of just up, ready to go like this. And I mean, if he was low there, he wouldn't have got ace at the end. So definitely maybe some adjustments on serve receive. Other than that, they weren't looking bad. They weren't in control for most of the game, which might be worrisome for assistive touch. They start off strong with some aces, got aced right back. Double clutch looking strong, especially with the momentum now. Assistive touch, definitely not ready to give up.
Nope. And they had that explosion at the end. It looked like they were going to pull out the clutch, but then, again, Rahul and Murthy were clutch after clutch after clutch and finished it off.
Yes, let's go double clutch with the double clutch. You love to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching Game 1 of the Premier Finals here at the Dallas Challenger event. I've been Matthew Burrows. This is
Logan Cornelius. I messed it up. What am I doing?
Thank you guys so much for watching Game 1. We're going to head into Game 2 pretty shortly. If you want to see that, go to the YouTube channel down below, Spikeball Tour Series. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, watch Game 2. Thank you guys so much for watching Game 1.
Let's go.